Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Tell Your Friends podcast, Season 3, Episode 3. We got NFL Week 1 here. Drew DeSalle coming at you live from the Bird Street studio. My man across the table, Mikey Jeet Cyberg. What up, Mike?
Hey, happy to be back after a 1-week hiatus. And what a wild and wacky Week 1 it was, huh?
Football's here. It's a fucking overload. It's a little weird tonight, right? We're sitting here Tuesday. I'm like, where's the fucking football? I don't know what everybody else is doing out there. Thank God we're recording tonight.
I'm sitting here itching and scratching, kind of trying to figure out what to do with my time, that's for sure.
I wish there was 2 Monday night games every week. The one that started was at 7:10. That was fucking great.
I don't even need the second game. Just start those Monday night games at 7 o'clock, and I could watch the whole thing. I don't have to fall asleep early. I didn't see a minute of the 10 o'clock game.
I was laying in bed to it, and honestly, it was kind of giving me nightmares, though, because you had that terrible announcing team. You had Rex Ryan and whoever lady that it was. I don't need another game of that, man. I don't know if they're on the regular schedule or how they're going to bring them in, but shit.
That's what I heard. Bad reviews. I heard bad reviews for Rex and this girl. I guess is she a first-timer, this girl?
I don't know what her deal is or if she signed on. I got to look at it more, but I really hope they don't bring her back.
That's ESPN employing women for their sports announcing things. It's the same thing with Jessica Mendoza on Sunday Night Baseball, although she gets pretty good reviews.
I do like her in the baseball. I'll agree.
She's not bad, but I guess this new girl, I heard around the league, notoriously panned. Not notoriously panned, however, was your boy on Sunday taking over for Phil Simms, Tony Romo.
Oh, yeah, Romo, the people love him. There's the clips of him. He looks like he's like calling every single play before it even happens.
He's calling the plays. He's like a wizard out there. He's like predicting, hey, it's going to be Lynch to the right. It's going to be Mariota over the middle. And he got pretty much every one of them wrong. Or right? No, he got them all right.
Yeah, he got them all right. Well, what's the, if you make it in announcing, maybe they make the video game after you. So maybe it'll be like Romo football, like 2100.
I think he's finally found his niche. I'm surprised he has anything left in that brain after all those concussions.
Wish him well. Hopefully he does good with it. We had a big college football weekend, right? We were all up. A bunch of people up at Penn State. We are. Penn State versus Pitt.
Football overload to the max. The best weekend, the best weekend of the year. It's that first weekend after Labor Day. You finally feel like it's fall. You got your first NFL action starting Thursday night. Start off with a bang with the Patriots losing.
The weather's still warm enough for the most part where it's enjoyable to sit outside across the country.
Yeah, it was nice. What do you think of those Penn State college girls up there?
Oh, look out, man. Young Chris, little bro, freshman. He's got to be out there picking them off, man.
Cleaning up, eating cereal like Zeke Elliott.
I wish I was in his shoes, man. I'd love to go back. Crazy tidbit of college football I saw. Did you see what happened in this? It was Louisiana Tech playing football. Not a powerhouse team, but a crazy play. Did you see that?
I did not see the play, but from what I hear, I'll let you explain exactly what went on.
So here it is. We're going to try to get the clip in for you guys.
And then a terrible snap. Smith is going to have to go all the way back. He didn't secure it. It's still loose. It's still loose. Rolling all the way back. This ball is still loose inside the 20. Who wants the football? It is finally recovered by Louisiana Tech back at the 7.
Yeah, this is an 87-yard loss. Now, the game's already, it's already out of reach at this point, but it sets up what is a 3rd and goal from their own 7-yard line. So it's a 3rd and 93 yards, the goal, 3rd and goal to go. Pretty insane.
Wow. Did they convert it?
I don't think so. They wanted to lose the game 57-21 or whatever, but I think it's like the longest, down from scrimmage in a long, long time.
I wonder how many times a team has had to punt with a X and goal, like a 4th and goal situation. That can't be a very high number.
That is a great point, yeah. You really wouldn't see that. It's only going to be multiple penalties stacked up or a fumble. That's like the only ways you can ever do that, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure it's happened before, but I can't imagine it's happened very often.
I feel like more so than in pro football, you see so many weird things and scenarios that happen in college. Maybe just because there's more games or there's more obscure teams and the talent level's not there. That's probably part of it.
Yeah, I would think that's probably a little bit more predominant in the college football setting.
Yep.
But I was excited to see the NFL action despite my Giants laying a huge egg on Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was a little bit tough to watch.
That was fun to watch.
No Odell, right?
No Odell, but I don't know if it's even going to matter. With that offensive line, Swiss cheese, my friend. Just Eli has no time to do anything.
Well, you're kind of high on what your defense is bringing to the table, though, right?
Defense looks great. Defense, held their own, only let up 19 points. You got to win those games. It's the NFL 2017. Mm-hmm. You don't have these low-scoring games anymore. But I think overall, the overwhelming message from the league on Sunday was sloppy all around.
Yeah. I think you see the offenses kind of struggle early and when the defenses are fresh and there's not as many injuries and all that. But interesting for the Giants. I think you guys got kind of screwed a little bit with the Zeke Elliott thing. I don't know anybody who's preparing for that. And you also got screwed on the other side of Odell. You look just even a few days ago, right? Everybody's thinking you're playing this game without Zeke, and everybody's thinking they're playing this game with Odell probably. So the pendulum really swung in the other direction.
A tough two-player swing is what it is. But I mean, hey, you got to play the players that are out there.
Chalk it up as you hate to see it. My Steelers eked out a nice win. We had the Brownies on the schedule, so
Yeah, it's nice to have one of those cake games to start the season. You can get away with some of those mistakes that would maybe kill you against a better team.
But what's funny is the Steeler fans are saying, "Oh, well, it wasn't good enough," which of course you're always going to hear that. And then you have the Browns fans that are still going, "Hey, we're improving. We only lost by 3."
Hey, a win's a win. No one's going to care about what the outcome looked like, 2 months down the road.
Sure. So dive into some fantasy matchups here. Start getting some of our league broken down.
Another area of disappointment. I know Bird Street's unhappy this week in the Fed Hill Steamrollers week 1.
Yeah, the hosts here. The boys notched a couple of losses. Not great football for the fantasy league.
Couple of losers sitting here at the table hashing out these games.
All right, so first matchup we'll take on is mine. We got Dunder Mifflin Inc. versus 10 Inches of Cock, Mr. Stephen Pedley.
He wishes.
Dap extraordinaire. I had Andy Dalton as my starting quarterback. My God, he gave me -3. What do you? I think 4 picks and a fumble, something.
4 picks and a fumble loss. This guy looked awful.
It was a fucking pathetic. I could have started Christian Hackenberg. I could have started Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, obviously leave the spot open, but Jesus.
You could have started yourself. Wrote your name in.
He was the worst quarterback to play this week and probably is going to be the worst in almost the whole season. Pedley had Golden Tate, Mariota, 12-point kicking performance from Matt Bryant. Those are some of the highlights for him. He kind of rolled on to a nice win. Minus Dalton, my team didn't do too bad. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, you took Odell Beckham in your first overall pick. I mean, I would say all in all, you kind of snuck away with, you would have been really stealing one to take that one. So you shouldn't be too disappointed with your team's performance. My team, on the other hand, I don't know what happened, but we didn't even break the 100-point threshold. And in a PPR league, that's not going to win you many games.
Yeah, you were matched up against Nick Webb, so you got, not Theon Tyreek, which he says is a nod to the Game of Thrones. I have nothing to do with Game of Thrones, so I have no idea what that means.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah. So
I had no idea what that meant.
Not Theon Tyreek versus Bird Street U.
This house doesn't really do Thrones.
Yeah, not big on that. Some Bachelor stuff, right?
We do watch The Bachelor, yes.
So, Jeets, you had
podcast.
Brown, first pick, AB, Antonio Brown. You kind of
Brown
rode him. You had Fournette.
Rodgers played well, Fournette, but, I had Hunter Henry last night, and I don't know if it would have made a difference, but the guy had 0 targets. Get the fuck off my team. This guy's gone.
That's the tight end from San Diego?
From the Chargers.
Well, yeah, listen to me saying San Diego. The official said that last night.
Pour one out. Oh, Jesus.
He called a timeout, I think, early in the game. He goes, timeout San Diego, but you got to say L.A. now.
Wait till he's blacked out doing the Raider games in Vegas. He'll really be fucking up.
He's blacked out. Anyways, Webb has his namesake. He had Tyreek Hill, who performed well. Stafford was a highlight, earning that big paycheck. So welcome to the league, Mr. Nick Webb. Congrats on the first win.
And forget the Giants. I really got screwed with Zeke Elliott playing against me in this fantasy matchup.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Although they're saying he's probably not going to get suspended at all this season. You see this?
Yeah, but there's everybody's appealing the appeal. I don't know how many appeals you can do, but now the NFL's appealing his appeal. Something weird's going on.
It's obnoxious. It's constantly back and forth. Just make up your mind.
But the worst football week.
Pick a face and stick with it.
As a fantasy player, as a manager, whatever you want to call it, the worst week you can have is your team loses and your real team loses. Like you at least got to try to get something. Like if your real team, if my Steelers lose, I'm hoping my team, something to pick you back up.
Want me to cut my wrist so you could pour some salt in it?
Week 2 can't come fast enough for you. That's all I'm saying.
The nice thing about the Thursday night games, it's here in 2 days. By the time you're listening at home, people, it'll be tomorrow.
Giddy up. So we gotta get a voiceover at some point during this season. I couldn't get it done for this week, but I want to get one for rivalry week, like something, I don't know, like steel pounding or exploding, like rivalry week.
I think you just did it. Cut yourself doing that. We could use that all season.
So we had rivalry week for Aaron's team, which is actually Bonesaw, Mr. San Diego, versus Ozier Daddy, which is Aaron, Coach O-Dog, as you know him. Big week for those two.
Battle of the namesake. Battle of Barney Street.
No.
Whatever you want to call it.
Pretty tight matchup, right? This one ended 135 for Ozier Daddy over 121 for Aaron's team. So good performance on both sides. Hard fought.
Yeah, you know Aaron's team, as in Bonesaw's Aaron's team, is thinking he could probably win most of these matchups, putting up 121. But he took on the league's high scorer this week in Ozier Daddy, which brings me to my next point. Don't forget, folks, we have our weekly payouts this season.
Oh, okay.
Ozier
How's that
Daddy.
work? Lay it out.
Well, Ozier Daddy, he earned himself a cool Mr. Andrew Jackson, a cool $20 for being the high-scoring team this week.
That's awesome.
We have another $10 coming out to the highest player, which we'll get to as we get to that game.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna assume
not there yet.
I'm gonna assume it's not me and not you then.
Nope, we didn't do it, and neither did Bonesaw or Aaron, although Aaron did walk away with his 20. So congratulations, Mr. Orlowski.
Nice. So there's rivalry week for those two. We'll keep announcing those as they come up. Next matchup, we got Titties, which is what, our boy Maffett, right?
That's right.
Titties, newcomer. Welcome, what up, Maffett? Versus
Reigning listener of the week.
Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson, Mr. Mike Viggs. Interesting matchup, right? Mr.
Sad.
Robinson goes down.
Sad. This matchup is sad. I'm looking at this. This is just...
Yeah, Viggs is left searching for a new identity. It's, he came in, he jumped, he picked Allen Robinson high. Didn't work out, and he gets injured. Oof.
Yeah, does he change his name? Maybe pour one out for Mr. Robinson? What's he going to do here?
Well, what's interesting is Maffett sneaks the win out. So he had Lev Bell with a high pick, and you're assuming he's going to do well. Lev Bell kind of lays an egg, and he had this double tight end strategy, and that didn't really work out for him.
That didn't work out. Let's see how his bench did. So he has some room to play around here a little bit.
I mean,
he's going to be okay. He picked a good week to not get much out of Lev Bell.
A W is a W. You got to take what you can get. Congrats, Maffett.
Yeah, want to know.
Last matchup we got here, we got Dick's Girthquake versus Maybe This Year. So Timmy Hartnett on Maybe This Year and Nolan for Dick's Girthquake.
Another high-scoring matchup, and despite winning Player of the Week, Tim Hartnett does not get the W.
Oh, so Tim had the high score?
Yeah, congratulations, Tim Hartnett. He got it right away. Thursday night, your boy, what the fuck is that guy's name? Kareem Hunt puts up a cool 47 points.
So that's a 10 spot. $10 to Tim for that.
10 spot, yeah.
And the high
Who's
scoring.
on the 10? Andrew Hamilton?
The high scoring.
Alexander Hamilton?
Yeah, I think he died in a duel.
He did. Did you see the play?
No. Is that what that's about?
Hamilton?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think it's about?
I don't know. I thought it was like singing songs and
It's singing songs, but
racism
it's about Alexander Hamilton.
we're off the rails here. Anyways, Tim, congrats. So $10 to the high player, $20 to the high team. I got it now.
There you go. And he thought he probably could have rolled away to a victory on Sunday. And looking at his lineup, that's exactly what his players decided to do. And Dick's Girthquake Nolan took advantage.
Yeah, I mean, if we look back at the draft, Tim got that Kareem Hunt pick, and I'm looking over here. This is the 9th round, okay? So this is before the Spencer Ware news. So Hunt's kind of the backup. He gets him in the 9th round. You like that slip? So he gets Hunt in the 9th round, and he's pissed. It was like auto-picked, and he lost the connection and all that, right? Meanwhile, in drafts after that, Hunt's going super high, like in the first few rounds. And then he comes out and has a great week 1 performance. So that auto pick couldn't have worked out better for Tim. I know he doesn't get the W. He's probably kicking himself for having Gillisley on the bench still, but I think his team's going to work out fine.
Yeah, I made a comment in the Venmo payment that, hey, the best auto pick you've ever made in your life.
Yeah, no doubt.
A tough news for your champion here, Nolan, who's going to lose your boy David Johnson for possibly most of the season.
Yeah, that wrist thing. Did they officially announce what his diagnosis is going to be? Surgery?
Dislocated. Yeah, it's looking like he's going to be out for. He's on the IR and potentially out for 8 to 10 weeks.
Jeez.
Maybe in time for the playoffs. But can this team stay afloat?
Jeez.
I think they can. Nolan's got a pretty good squad elsewhere. He's got to keep. See, he could be very injury plagued with a guy like Gronkowski on his team and Larry Fitzgerald, who's 100 years old, and Keenan Allen. All these players have had year-ending injuries within the last 2 years.
100 years old.
So we got our first our mailbox segment, the new mailbox segment that I emailed everyone today about.
I like this
asking
idea.
for your feedback and topics to discuss.
Nice.
The first one, and not the first one in order, but the first one comes from Tim Maffett. Come on down, Mr. Maffett.
All right, so Maffett's writing in. What do you got?
Tim would like to know, what are the top sideline snacks of all time?
Ooh. Interesting.
Now, I'm a little confused by this question. Is he talking about game snacks, or is he talking like on a couch?
Yeah, you could take this anywhere. I'm thinking like Marshawn Lynch eating the Skittles.
First thing that came to my mind, too.
Yeah?
Skittles on the sideline, yeah.
Or if I'm doing something, now this might be baseball, but sunflower seeds for me. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, that's a good snack. I'm trying to think of what other snacks would even constitute as something that you would eat on the sideline.
Didn't you see, there's the Hard Knocks episode, and the one fat lineman dude, he's eating hot dogs. Like playing the game,
right.
eating hot dogs.
I guess you could pretty much eat anything on the sideline. I'm going to go with the Skittles, though.
Yeah, that's probably the most popular first one that comes to mind. If you're sitting there watching, I don't know, maybe a nacho, right?
If I was on the bench, I think I'd be eating the whole game.
No, I mean as a fan.
Oh, no. I mean, if I was just sitting there on the bench, like with no pride, that's the best career in football. You're making about $500,000 a year. You could sit there and eat during the game.
Just assistant to the assistant coach.
And you got a front row seat. You're sitting there on the sideline.
I hear you. All right. Well, thanks for the write-in. Keep them coming, guys. We'll have to get more into this.
Yeah, we have one from O-Dog Aaron's team, not to be confused with Bonesaw's team, but this one comes from Aaron.
Gotcha.
So I'm sure that just confused everyone a little bit more.
What's the O-Dog saying?
Hold on, I can't fucking find it here. These stupid threads.
Not editing any of this out.
These stupid threads on here. They hide this shit. Oh, I found it. So Aaron wants to remind everyone that our first kickball game, if you're listening Wednesday, is tomorrow, 7:20 at Swan Field. And for those of you who can't make it, let them know. But also that our pregame, that our friendly neighborhood sponsor, Home Slice, around 6 o'clock. That was his first thing. He has 3 things. He came back with two more things.
Yeah, we gotta go see our buddy Rico, right? What's the forecast? Good weather? Shitty weather? What are we looking for?
It's debatable right now. I think we got a storm passing through or a shower.
50 chance of 50?
We'll see what happens. He wants to shame himself, for his write-in pick, Nelson Aguilar, who was his 16th round pick, sat him on the bench, scored 20 points.
Yeah, great. That's a hot pickup for a lot of leagues. A lot of guys are looking to get him on the waiver wire.
So he's bummed with himself, but you know what I say? Congratulations on making that pick. You're in good shape. You know what's going to happen.
That sounds like a humble brag.
It could be a humble brag. He's probably going to play him next week, and he's not going to have any touches.
I wonder who they're, I'd have to look, but see who the Eagles are matched up. I'll pull it up as we're going here.
And his last thing on the mailbox list is a challenge to you, sir. You are on the shit list.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You're an award winner.
What's that?
Last one to pay for the kickball league.
Oh, yeah.
But his question stems from really, I guess, the payment process.
Yep.
He wants to know why the fuck you don't have a Venmo account yet.
Yeah, I'm a big Randy Moss guy. Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie. Is that the answer you're sticking with? Why the hell does he still not have a Venmo? I can't understand it.
Nah, I've been, there's always motherfuckers out there these days. It's why you can't have nice things. My identity has been hacked like 4 times already. I'm not even 30.
So there you have it, folks. Skeptical of the system.
Yeah, you gotta clamp down somewhere, and that's someplace I've decided.
Although you could argue you're just doing it wrong now, and that if you changed your payment processes, maybe you'd have a little more luck with your identity.
See, this is why I need somebody like you, maybe a little financial advisor.
Hey, I'll run your funds for you.
Yeah, well, I need to get some funds first, my friend.
Throw you in a couple ETFs.
All right, so Sybe's mailbag, I love it. Sorry, O-Dog, I'll get you the cash. You know I'm good for it. It's coming to you this week. Sybe's mailbag, love the segment. We're going to grow it, going to be great. Another segment that we brought in this year is Listener of the Week. We got to give a shout out this week's Listener of the Week. Congrats, Mike Viggs.
Hey, Mike Viggs. Now, Mike Viggs scored the lowest point total in the league.
Oh, Jesus.
It's going to be rare, folks, to be the lowest point total scorer and win Listener of the Week.
And his 4th-round pick is gone for the year.
Yeah, that's tough. This isn't going to happen often, so everyone mark your calendars.
And his 5th-round pick is gone for the year, but that was earlier. That's Spencer Ware.
But our Listener of the Week is not chosen for his point total or his fantasy prowess. And this just shows everyone out there, we're not going to be picking this based on your weekly performance.
Yeah,
it's the intangibles.
Could be something small.
Go ahead, tell him why you got it.
So Mikey Viggs, he's out there. I don't know if he's browsing Facebook like an animal or a hawk or like my grandma or my crazy aunt from Florida. But he's out there on Facebook and he sees a little post. The guy says, hey, local bar owner looking for a little musical act for Saturday. So Viggs, like a gentleman, thinking of your boys, goes, how about tell your friends, tags us in it.
How about him?
And sure enough, it looks like we got a potential gig this weekend.
Yeah, the chickens are not coming out to roost just yet, but keep your fingers crossed. We could be playing Saturday, 7 to 10. So hopefully we'll see you all there. A shameless plug to get that Listener of the Week in there. Sponsored by DraftKings.
Sponsored by DraftKings. Nice. What else you want to add in here before we wrap up, Jeez?
That's all I got. Fun week 1. Looks like we got about 22 minutes here. That's a pretty solid length.
I'm going to cut it up a little bit.
All right, so I don't know what that timestamp is when you're listening at home.
Check your watches. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in this week. I hope everybody has a great week, great weekend. We'll catch you next time.
We are just getting things started. Tell your friends. Hope to see you this weekend.